Happy Wednesday, everyone. Today we're continuing and we will finish our story, Stanley's Release. Yesterday we read pages 22 to 25 and we found out that his lawyer and the Attorney General are there and they want to take him and return him to his home finally. But Stanley is refusing to leave because he does not want to leave his friend Hector or Zero behind. Let's find out what happens, starting on page 26. She looked at him blankly. Well? The warden turned to Mr. Pendanski. Bring me Hector Zeroni's file. He looked at her. Get it, she ordered. Mr. Pendanski went into the office. He returned a few minutes later and announced the file was apparently misplaced. The Attorney General was outraged. What kind of camp are you running here, Miss Walker? The warden said nothing. She stared at the suitcase. The Attorney General assured Stanley's lawyer that he would get the records. Excuse me while I call my office. He turned back to the warden. I assume the phone works? He walked into the camp office, slamming the door behind him. A little while later, he reappeared and told the warden he wanted to talk to her. She cursed, then went inside. Stanley gave Zero thumbs up. Caveman, is that you? He turned to see Armpit and Squid coming out of the rec room. Squid shouted back into the rec room. Caveman and Zero are out here. Soon all the boys from Group D had gathered around him and Zero. Good to see you, man, Armpit said, shaking his hand. We thought you were buzzard food. Stanley is being released today, said Mr. Pendanski. Way to go, said Magnet, hitting him on the shoulder. And you didn't even have to step on a rattlesnake, said Squid. Even Zigzag shook Stanley's hand. Sorry about, It's cool, said Stanley. We had to lift the truck clear out of the hole, Zigzag told him. It took everybody in C, D, and E. We just picked it right up. It was really cool, said Twitch. X-Ray was the only one who didn't come over. Stanley saw him hang back behind the others a moment, then returned to the rec room. Guess what? Said Magnet, glancing at Mr. Pendanski. Mom says we don't have to dig holes anymore. That's great, Stanley said. Will you do me a favor? Asked Squid. I guess, Stanley agreed, hesitantly. I want you to... He turned to Ms. Marengo. Hey, lady, do you have a pen and paper I can borrow? She gave it to him, and Squid wrote down a phone number and gave it to Stanley. Call my mom for me, okay? Tell her I said I was sorry. Tell her Alan said he was sorry. Stanley promised he would. Now you be careful out there in the real world, said Armpit. Not everybody's as nice as us. Stanley smiled. The boys departed when the warden came out of the office. The Attorney General was right behind her. My office is having some difficulty locating Hector Zeroni's records, the Attorney General said. So you have no claim of authority over him? Asked Mrs. Marengo. I didn't say that. He's in the computer. We just can't access his records. It's like they've fallen through a hole in cyberspace. Ms. Marengo, a hole in cyberspace, Ms. Marengo repeated. How interesting. When is his release date? I don't know. How long has he been here? Like I said, we can't. So you are planning on just keep him confined indefinitely without justification while you go crawling back through holes in cyberspace? The Attorney General stared at her. He was obviously incarcerated for a reason. Oh, and what reason was that? The Attorney General said nothing. Stanley's lawyer took hold of Zero's hands. Come on, Hector. You're coming with us. That is the end of our story. So again, just like yesterday, we are going to be looking for key details on pages 26 through 29. So think about, what are the most important things that happened in this part of the story? Read through it slowly or watch the video again so I can read it to you, and highlight or underline whenever you come across those key details. Now on page 25 and 26, we are going to be thinking about this question. Why does the Attorney General take over the camp? So here on page 25, we see the Attorney General says, "Your friend is not in danger," said the Attorney General. "There's going to be an investigation into everything that's happened here. For the present, I am taking charge of the camp." So our job today is to read around that paragraph and think about why the Attorney General is taking over the camp. So think about that question, think about some key details, and we will talk about them as soon as we get to our Zoom meeting together. See you then.